A few videos ago I introduced the fact that I was going to build a new bike, hopefully one bike that will cover all of my cycling needs. And you can see the frame in the background. Along with that frame I bought these. And today's video I'm going to take a deeper look at these wheels. Now previously I've purchased some cheap Chinese wheels and I've been very happy with them. And you can see a link to those videos up here. However, that was just a sample size of one. So hopefully with these wheels I'll have a sample size of two, which will give me a better idea of is it actually worth buying these cheap Chinese wheels. I think a good description of these wheels is that they were a low-cost set of carbon-rimmed wheels that were sourced direct from China. They cost me £335. The through axles fit fairly nicely, not quite as tightly as I would hope, but they are designed to clamp up and therefore take any slack anyway. The rear axle actually feels a little bit better. Okay, what do the bearings feel like? Very smooth, I would say. The front wheel revolves just as smoothly. Both front and rear hubs had cartridge-style bearings with lip seals on them. These seals should offer good protection against water and dirt ingress. All of the bearings except the freewheel side had this top hat which gave an additional labyrinth seal. This additional labyrinth will give protection against dirt but not against water. The free hub had the labyrinth barrier too, but in addition it also had a rubber seal. I'm not sure this rubber seal is of the best design, but it should offer some protection. A mitigation against this is that it's very easy to open up, clean and re-grease. Both front and rear wheels are laced with 24 straight pull spokes. As you can see, they have a slightly flattened or aero section. Only time will tell whether these are fit for purpose. Here I catch the light on the rim so you can see the carbon weave. There's only one obvious overlap, which is cut at 45 degrees, which is good. Otherwise the weave follows the direction of the rim. What you can see could just be a cosmetic surface layer. I'm not going to cut them up to see what's inside. I couldn't see any significant wrinkles in the weave or bubbles in the matrix. Next I'm going to see how well the wheels have been built. I'll look at the side-to-side movement or wobble, the in-out or concentricity, and also how centered the rims are about the axles. First of all, I'll show you visually how far it runs out, and then I'll make some measurements. To get a numerical reading, I put a dial test indicator onto my wheel building jig, and then when I rotate the rim, the dial test indicator should indicate how much runout there is. I'm reading about 0.3 millimeters. I should say, because of the stiffness of these rims, this is as much a test of the quality of the moulding of the rims as it is of the wheel building. And here's a table showing those measurements. The maximum runout values are 0.5 millimeter or less. In my experience, you could probably build an aluminium rimmed wheel to higher tolerances than this, but for a moulded rim, I don't think this is too bad. The tension in the spokes were quite even, so there's no suggestion that the wheel building was used to pull the rim back into shape. Oh yes, the all-important weight, or rather mass, of the wheels. The values in grams are in this chart, and as you can see, they actually weighed less than the claimed weight on the website. This has been an out-of-the-box assessment of some relatively cheap Chinese carbon wheels. Nothing that I've seen has raised any alarm bells in terms of quality or safety. Okay, the weather sealing around the bearings could have been a little bit better, and the fact that they only have 24 spokes per wheel makes me a little bit nervous, but maybe I'm just being a bit old-fashioned there. I'm happy to put them on the bike and to use them. In the future, I'll report back on how well they're standing up to use.